Okay, today we are going to take some notes on balancing chemical equations. You should have the sheet in front of you. We're going to talk about some of the parts of a chemical equation and the steps that we go through when we balance chemical equations. I'm going to make this nice and big so we can see. Excuse me. So when we look at an equation like this, we have H2 plus O2 yields. That's what this symbol means. It means yields. H2O. The pieces that are on this side, we call these the reactants. And the pieces that are on this side are called the products. Okay, so what we're going to do, we have an unbalanced equation. When we have the reactants, the yield symbol, and the products like this where it's not balanced, we call that a skeleton equation. So in the book you did some skeleton equations where you didn't worry about whether they were balanced or not. You were just writing out what your reactants and what your products were. Okay. If we look below here, we're going to see, I'm going to get off the drawing here just a minute. I'm just going to scroll down a little bit here, that there are some steps to a balancing equation. So it says our first step is going to be to write the skeleton equation for the chemical reaction, which I have right here and you have on your paper. Then we're going to count the atoms of the elements in the reactant side. What I like to do is I like to write all the elements in the center where the yield symbol is, and then I'm going to write my numbers on each side of it, and I want them to balance. So I have on this side, this 2 tells me how many H's I have. So I have 2 hydrogens and I have 2 oxygens. Then it says to count the atoms, the elements, and the products. So on this side, I have 2 hydrogens and oxygen. Since there's no number back here, that tells us we have 1. Okay. Then it says we're going to change the coefficients to make the number of atoms of each element equal on both sides of the equation. And the tip it says is to try to balance H and O last. Well, hydrogen and oxygen, the reason that we tell you to balance those last is because there are a lot of things that have, these hydroxide groups and things. And so sometimes it's easier to start with your other elements and then do these last. However, those are the only elements we're working with here. So it's not balanced. I have 2 hydrogens on this side, 1 oxygen, and 2 on this side. So it's not balanced. Excuse me. I cannot change these numbers, these subscripts. If I did, I'd be changing what I'm working with. So the only way that I can change the formula is to put numbers on the front. You're going to want to do this in pencil, and the reason that I say that is you may find that you add a number and it's not the right number. Okay, so we need to get 2 oxygens. So I'm going to put a 2 in front here. Now, that gives me 2 oxygens. However, it also gives me, I have H2 and 2 of those, so 2 times 2 is 4. So now I have 4 hydrogens. So now I need to go to this side, and I need to get 4 hydrogens here. So I have 2. If I put a 2 in front here, that will give me 4. Now I have 4 hydrogens on both sides and 2 oxygens on both sides, and therefore my equation is balanced. So my balanced equation is 2H2 plus O2 plus yields 2H2O. Okay. So the other steps in balancing the equation, I'm going to get off draw so I can scroll down here a little bit, is we want to write the coefficients in their lowest possible ratio. And this is, we have a 2 and a 1 and a 2. If we had 4 to 4, then we could reduce and go to 2, 1, 2. Okay, for example, want to be the lowest, common denominator we can divide everything by. Okay, then we want to check our work. We want to make sure our formulas are correct and check that the number of atoms of each element is equal on both sides. Okay, so what I'd like you to do next is I would like you to stop the video and I'd like you to try doing the example with nitrogen and hydrogen. Okay, so go ahead and pause your video, and then when you're done, go ahead and unpause the video, and we'll check your work here. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to check our work. So I'm going to come down here. So with this example, I'm going to come down so I can scroll. See if I can scroll. There we go. Okay. With this example, I'm going to first figure out how much of each thing I have to start. So I have 2 nitrogens and 2 hydrogens on my reactant side. On my product side, I have 1 nitrogen and I have 3 hydrogens. Okay. So I'm going to try to balance nitrogens first. So I'm going to put a 2 here. So that gives me 2 nitrogens. Okay. And then I'm going to look, and now I have to figure this out because I've got 3 here. Well, now 3 times 2, that gives me 6 hydrogens. Okay, so if I've got 2 on this side, if I put a 3 here, 3 times 2 gives me 6 on this side. So now I've got 2 and 6 and everything balances. All right, I want you to try some practice. So what you're going to see on the next sheets is you're going to see first where it'll give you a compound. So maybe it'll give you 4H2O. And it'll ask you how many molecules. That would be this front number. And then it'll ask you how many hydrogens and how many oxygens. And you would write down the numbers. On the back side of that sheet, you're going to be given an equation. And it's either going to be balanced or unbalanced. So you're going to figure out how many of each element you have on each side, just like we did. And then you're just going to circle whether it's balanced or unbalanced. You do not have to balance the equations. Okay. When you're done with that, there is a PhET simulation to work on today, where you'll get a chance to do some balancing of equations. Okay. If you have questions, please ask the sub or write your questions down, and I will answer them when I am hopefully back on Thursday. Thank you.